Good morning. The way these morning messages usually work for me is that I'll be getting a message about the topic to talk of during the day. So I'll speak to that message or think of that message and I'll pull a tarot card. And it's always fascinating to me to see how the message that I'm receiving from Spirit lines up with the tarot card. So here's what I was receiving and here's what I'd like to share with everybody. I think if you're watching this video, I believe that you're interested in being a more spiritual person. One of the best lessons I've learned on that path is that to be more in touch with your spirit, you have to take care of your body. And here's why. We are the marriage of flesh and spirit, flesh and soul. And the analogy that I like to use is a horse and a rider. You've got a physical self. You've got a spiritual self. They're married like a horse and a rider. When the horse dies, the rider carries on. However, you are in a physical world. You are in a physical world. You are a physical being. This physical being of ours, it wants to survive. It needs to achieve homeostasis, which is shelter and food and water and rest and all of that. If you are not giving your physical self what it needs, it will rebel. It will act up. Think about being hangry. I've talked to people who are like, I used to feel my spirits or used to feel spiritual, but I don't anymore. And the number one question I'll always ask them is, how do you interact or relate to the word anxiety? If you're feeling like anxious and your body is stressed, the body is going to become more dominant. Now, with that in mind, I want to recommend to you something that has been absolutely transformative for me. Yoga. Now, a lot of people know what yoga is, and I don't take yoga classes, but this is what I do. I watch a YouTube channel called Charlie Follows. She's from the UK. The videos are great. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half hours, hours, all sorts of levels from beginners to advanced, for stretches, all of that. If you have YouTube on your television, on your computer, on your phone, look up Charlie Follows. Find that and try out an exercise. I've done this for months, for days, and I'll tell you, the way I feel, the way my body feels is incredible. And we need to care for our physical self if we want to be more a spiritual being. The tarot card that I got, I thought it was going to be a Pentacles card, all about the earth and body and taking care of that. I almost thought it was going to be the Eight of Pentacles. It wasn't. It was the Six of Cups. Now, the Six of Cups is a card of childlike joy, nostalgia even. Here's the funny thing. I think the best types of exercise that we can participate in are the exercises where we don't realize we're exercising, where we're having fun, where we are playing games. It's very difficult to maintain a treadmill, a rowing machine, because it just feels like the same thing over and over. These little yoga videos that I'm doing, I'll tell you, they're different every single time. And I'll go back to some that I prefer, but I know that it's going to be different, and I'm challenging myself, and I'm finding peace, and I'm giving my body what it needs. So yoga may not be for you. Go for a walk. Take some time to move your physical self and make sure that you're resting and you're feeding yourself and you're eating and keeping everything in this holy vessel of yours balanced. That's my message for today. I hope it helps. I hope that recommendation works out for you. To learn more about me, find my podcast, my books, my meditations, all of that stuff, find me online at joshsimons.com.